What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And the dynamic duo of T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, Bengals wide receivers. Well, they just got paid, like Johnny Kemp. We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the channels if you have not already done so. NFL free agency frenzy 2025 has been that, and it has been a lot of money handed out to the NFL players, and you can add wide receiver Jamar Chase and T. Higgins of the Cincinnati Bengals to that list. It has been reported that Jamar Chase has agreed to a 4-year, $161 million contract extension with $112 million of that guaranteed. That now makes him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. He just jumped over defensive end Myles Garrett, who just signed that big contract last week. So he will average around $40.25 million per season, which now makes him the highest paid wide receiver ever in NFL history. Now his compadre, his running mate, T. Higgins, he agreed to a 4-year, $115 million extension. It is guaranteed for the first 2 years, but he will also play under the franchise tag for this season. But again, the Bengals front office was able to get both these guys these extensions, what they said that they was going to work on to keep them together. And quarterback Joe Burrow said that he wanted to make sure that both of them got the money that they deserve, even if it means him taking less in his negotiations. So again, the Bengals now, they're keeping their dynamic duo together. Speaking of the duo, Jamar Chase, he's been to the Pro Bowl 4 times. Since he's been in all 4 seasons he's been in the league. Last season he caught 127 receptions for 1,708 yards, and he had 17 touchdowns. And he won what the NFL calls the Triple Crown for wide receivers. He led the league in receptions and in yardage and in touchdowns. As far as Higgins, had a few injuries, but he ended up catching 73 balls for 911 yards and 10 TDs. So again, the Bengals have kept that offensive firepower intact. Joe Burrow still has his weapons. Will this get them over the hump? Will they finally bring the Lombardi Trophy to Cincinnati? They went to the Super Bowl a few years ago, lost to the 49ers, and they also have been to 3 prior, 2 in the 80s, 1 in the 90s. But they are 0 for 4 in Super Bowls. So will this get them over the hump? We'll see. Now they got these numbers. How will the salary cap help the Bengals? Will they be able to keep some of their marquee guys and actually improve that defense? Since they've given all their money to their 3 main guys. But hey, that's the way of the NFL. You got to pay your stars. You got to pay your stars. So speaking of dynamic duo wide receivers, I was thinking about this. I was wondering who is the top dynamic duo wide receivers in the NFL at this present time. In my mind, I'm ranking T. Higgins and Jamar Chase number 1. But I'd like to know who you guys think outside of them. What about Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle? A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith of the Eagles. Jamar Chase, again, and T. Higgins of the Bengals. And Mike Evans and Chris Godwin of the Buccaneers. Again, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle of the Dolphins. Out of all those wide receiver teammates, duos as I call them, which one you think is the top one in the league at this point? Like to hear your arguments about who is and who isn't. Talk to me in the comments. I also like to know what you think about Jamar Chase and T. Higgins getting paid. Talk to me. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.